The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Roberts got it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Baby.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing.
Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder to start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now Jackson on first down. Snead's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Jackson. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
First down, Baltimore.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Again, Jackson. Roberts has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
It's a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Jackson and the offense come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Jackson will throw again. And he's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Emmanuel Agba showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. On second and goal, Jackson got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer.
Chiefs 27, Ravens 20.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action here on first down. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Keep getting busy. They can't stop.
Tyreek Hill, 49 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson to throw again. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 25 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Jackson from the shotgun, being chased out left. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
53, Mike.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack on first down, Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Watch out.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's caught by Roberts, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got Snead. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at the 50, the 40, 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Come back. Watch the curls. Shift.
Again, it's Pumphrey.
Go. It's wrong.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
We got this.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
And Andrews lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And now off to the races down the right side. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Mike,
The
53.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson, it's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 72 yards.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches, why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Good work, boy.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
53, check 53.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He's going to fire one deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over. Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Jackson now. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Yellow. 180.
I got you, punk.
Hey, Riblin.
And to give this time to the tailback. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Run!
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 50 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
15.
They begin the drive with Pumphrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
I'm on. Got double tight. Double tight.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. That game's gone final now in Philly, and the Lions emerging victorious. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And an alley to run. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
Keep playing